Hello and welcome back to the Boss House. I'm Bo. This is my journey to find financial stability for me, my partner, and his 3 kids. This is an update on my house budget. I know this can be a little confusing. My house budget is not actually a budget for buying a house. It's my budget for selling my house. A lot of what people don't talk about home ownership is that when you sell, it's actually expensive, especially if you're selling a house from out of state, which is what I'm doing. I went back to where I used to live for 2 weeks to meet with contractors and get as much done as I could myself before my real estate agent kicks in and starts doing all of the things that he does. So I'm finally back, and the painting is going to be starting today. I'm closing out basically my trip, and then there's one other expense. So I already know that this number right here, this $9,737, which is what I was planning to take out of my house fund, I'm going to end up taking more than that. I'm actually going to end up going into credit card debt over this. I'm not excited for that. Everything costs more than I expected. I've never done this before, and it was a bit of a mess. So let's get started. I believe where I left out on my transactions was, oh my goodness, I'm burping. My bad. I'm sorry. If you hear any strange noises, it's either traffic or my stomach. So, I think I left off here with supplies. I think. I do think I remember my tenant out of guilt sent me $300 towards the yard work, which, I appreciate it. I'm still not happy with how bad he left the lawn, but it is what it is. We're going to deal with it. So after these supplies, I got the little arrow here because I forgot to put in here that I took money from my regular budget to put into this budget. That was $166.71 on the 7th. I totally forgot to put this in here because what I did was I paid my credit card directly from my personal account instead of transferring the money to my house account to pay the credit card. So I just paid the credit card directly. So I forgot to put this in here. But anyway, it's in here now. And then the handyman, I hired a handyman on the 9th. That was $1,200. He replaced the blinds in the house and also the window seat for my bay window in the living room, which was, it was like peeling and flaking off, and it had like coffee ring, like cup stains and stuff like that I couldn't get up. So he just replaced that entirely, replaced the window seat, and the mini blinds. That was $1,200. Look phenomenal, by the way. I'm very happy with it. And then since I didn't have a vehicle anymore, by the way, I regret the rental car. I shouldn't have got the rental car. I should have just taken Lyft and public transportation, or Uber or whatever, public transportation, because I ended up, it would have cost me way less to just do it that way, but whatever, hindsight is 2020 and all that. But in any case, I was on the bus after I turned in my rental car, so that was $2 and $2.50, because $2 is the normal fare, $2.50 is rush hour fare. The Twin Cities apparently charge more for you to take the bus during rush hour. So, whatevs. So that was the 9th for $2, the 11th for $2.50. And then rideshare on the 11th, that was $17. Because for this handyman, he only wanted cash, and so when he finished, so this, even though this was actually charged on the 9th, it didn't show up in my account until the 11th. So anyway, he could only take cash, and I couldn't get to the bank fast enough on the bus because the buses don't come very often the way I was going. So $17 for rideshare. So that was not my favorite, but he only wanted cash. So it is what it is. When you want something quick, you got to pay extra, and it gets real complicated. And then I bought more yard supplies, $9.39 on the 11th again. On the 13th and the 14th, I took the bus again, so $2.50 and $2 because rush hour was $2.50, regular was $2. And then I got more groceries the day I left, just like some food to sustain me on the road. I got some energy shots and chips, and then fuel this on the 15th again. This was on my way back. This was for the U-Haul. It was actually, this was 2 fuel ups. These are I just added them together because it was the same day, and that's $146.55. And then I got some food at Costco when I got gas because I was hungry and chips weren't going to cut it. And then the actual U-Haul came out of my account on the 16th. That was $535.01. I'm not excited about this cost. However, I realized that if I had gone in my personal vehicle, like if my boyfriend hadn't totaled my vehicle and I went up there in that, I would not have been able to bring home all my stuff in that. So I would have had to get a U-Haul anyway and like tow my vehicle behind it because I had too much stuff. I didn't realize how much stuff that I had left behind. So that's $535. And then the painter, who is the most expensive contractor that I have so far, on the 19th today, $2,575. And this is only half. This is only half. This is actually, so he's actually only getting $2,500, but I'm putting this on my credit card because mortgages don't accept credit cards. Fun fact, mortgages don't accept credit cards. So I have to reserve a certain amount in cash to pay my mortgage until my house sells. So the painter and any other contractors from now on are going on my credit card, and I'll just pay it off when the house sells. So that was, anyway, long story short, Venmo charges 3% on top of anything you use for a credit card to pay. So I tacked on the $75 to $2,500 for half. I actually got multiple painting quotes, and this was the fastest that I could get it done and the cheapest I could get it done. Basically, how it works is, I don't know if you knew, but like normally when you're getting contractors to do stuff at your house, they want like a lot of notice, a lot of lead time. So when you tell people that you want to get started the next week, they're like, okay, great, but you're going to pay extra. So that's the case. That is the situation that I'm in currently. I'm not excited about it. I'm not happy about it. But this basically means, well, first of all, it means that my timeline was wrong because I was hoping to get the house on the market by the 20th. That's absolutely not happening because of the painting. It's going to take a couple weeks, so I might be paying the balance this month, or it might be next month. It depends on which day he actually finishes. But I still have I have this payment again, and then I also have carpeting that needs to get replaced, and the rest of my carpeting needs to be cleaned before I can list this house for sale. So I'm basically going to be spending all my money. I'm not excited about it. If I had known that it was going to be like this, I might not have bought the house in the first place. Well, I mean, I bought it when I was married, so you know how that goes. Everything seems rosier when you're married. But But yeah, that's basically it so far. I'm gonna keep rolling with this transaction list for the entire month up until the 30th of June, which is when the security system gets charged. And I know like my normal budget is bi-weekly, but this one is just monthly because there's no actual like real income coming into it. I'm just going to be taking money from like my personal budget and putting it in here. And this is all just to sell the house. So I think I will stick with this monthly house budget until I spend all the money from the house sale. I'll just keep it all separate from my budget so that when I look back on my expenses and everything, it isn't completely thrown off by this house that I don't live in that's in another state. But yeah, that's it for this video. I appreciate you for staying as long as you did. I know it's a little longer than my normal videos. I love you. You deserve financial stability, and I hope you have a great day on purpose. Bye.